sir. It's your boy Zay. We back in full effect on the 4th of July. Coming to you live with episode 17, installment 17, people. So we 17 in, and we ready to get this rocking for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode and what we got to bring to it. It's Christmas, people. It's Christmas in July. It is Christmas in July. So,
and it's Christmas, man. For those of us avid, I just got to give a big shout out to the college football video gaming community, man, because we just wrapping up year one and year two is about to start with the official early release of College Football 26 coming in less than 72-ish hours.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Monday noon.
12 o'clock. That's
be there.
Hey, July 7th, high noon. High noon is gonna be high noon, man. I'm deep, bro. I'm like a kid on 2 days before Christmas, bro. Like
I said, it's Christmas in July.
It's Christmas in July.
100%. 100%. It's Christmas in July.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's not an understatement. Like, it's Christmas in July, people.
Mm-hmm. It's about to be litty, bro. Like I'm stoked, bro. Like, obviously, we sitting there still playing college football to the bitter end here, with our online dynasties and all that stuff. But yeah, man, I can't wait for Monday to get here. We got a lot to get into. But before we get into college football, man, we got a lot to unpack from the NBA. We are going to start with the finals results. If you haven't heard or if you've been under a rock for the past week or two, the Oklahoma City Thunder is now the reigning and defending NBA champions off of a very entertaining 7-game series results against the Indiana Pacers. And I hate to say it, man, both of our predictions were slightly off, man. Like, I thought I had the magic number and calling in 6, but apparently.
Hey, the owner's got to get that apron money somehow. So,
oh boy,
gotta get that apron money somehow.
Started with that apron,
like,
bro.
They gotta get it somehow.
They apron money, whether they selling, buying, or
the business side, it had to go 7, man. They had to get that apron money because it's about to get real scary. We are embarking on scary hours in the NBA when it comes to the apron tax that's got to start going into effect with these teams.
Brother, man.
Yeah, man. Like, it's
hell yeah.
Yeah. Happy 4th, my guy.
It's crazy, bro. I mean, just before we even get into the finals, man, just kind of tapping on that subject real quick, bro. Just at the rate that these teams, like, think about this. We're living through history, bro. You're talking like several of the league's most like iconic franchises have both like sold their, like, the majority owners that have had these like controlling interests of these teams for years have now like sold their interest to like other people, man. And it's almost like they negotiated that collective bargaining agreement and put that second apron in place, and they say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and fold my hand and get out while I'm high. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. So,
like, crazy, man. They said, nope, if this ticket's going through the roof, I'm not gonna be footing the bill. We got our money. We're gonna go ahead and tuck our chains in and get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, it's crazy. Like, we've seen the Celtics be sold recently, the Lakers be sold, Dallas has been sold, Minnesota has been sold. The Clippers was a sale a couple years ago, but under different circumstances, not necessarily the apron. Yeah, like, you just seen a lot of sales taking place.
Rockets too in the recent years.
Yeah, Rockets, Hornets. Jordan's no longer the majority anymore. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. Like, yeah, it's a lot, and I 100% feel it's because of the apron. Like you look at it from the Lakers, they bought the Lakers, Kings, and the Forum for like,
it was like under $60 million or something like that back in,
like $68 million back in, I think, 80, and they sold it for what, 10? They sold majority share, not all of it, for 10 billion. Is that what it was? Like, it was something crazy,
bro. Like 10.6 billion was the control, and mind you, that's not even 100%. That's just for the majority share in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, and I'm here for it. Like, you make that type of ROI on that, and you still have ownership in it. Why wouldn't you do it? And now you ain't got to cut that apron check that's coming. I'm with it. I'm with it, and I don't blame the Buss family for doing it. I don't blame any owners. I don't blame Mark Cuban for doing it. It's time. And like you're gonna see a lot more teams doing it too. Like it's just gonna get a lot more expensive to own good NBA teams. And it's gonna be probably a lot more parity across the board in the league moving forward, just because they're not gonna be able to pay anybody. It's either gonna be that or this is gonna be their way to try to revert salaries.
Basically.
So, and I don't see that happening either because the money on the TV deals just keep going up, and that's part of the collective bargaining agreement. They get a percentage. The players get a percentage. So we'll see. We will see what happens when it comes to the apron. But
yeah, buddy,
like we were saying, unless you've been on the rock the past couple weeks, you know that the Oklahoma City Thunder are your NBA champions. And with the unfortunate injury of Tyrese in that game 7, this is one of the reasons why I personally did not want to post episode 16 to socials, is because I went back and this wasn't a thing of me wishing ill will on Tyrese, but within the first 4 minutes of that episode, I said they need to look at the long-term effects of this injury with Tyrese and weigh it whether or not it's worth playing him. At that point, at Game 6, he played Game 6 and played pretty well Game 6, and it got to a Game 7. I don't even think he was needed Game 6 with the way that the game transpired.
Yeah,
but I said because with this, the history of this specific calf injury, it leads to the Achilles tear. And sure enough, about 4 minutes left in the first quarter of this Game 7. And mind you, he's cooking. He has 9 points. He's 3 or 4 from 3.
They have a lead.
Couple assists already.
Lead,
yep. And he goes to just simply plant like he's done a million times, and just go to get ready to drive to the bucket. The sniper from the Raptors hit that Achilles, and it was gone. So it's always that, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't know if you've seen the conspiracies out there. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen some nonsense, man.
Like one of them is like it's a crazy coincidence. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist to say, because I don't know what the end game of the theory would be. But Dame Lillard, Tatum, and him all tear their Achilles. They all wear the number 0, and they all were wearing pink shoes.
Crazy.
Crazy. Like, I don't get the correlation as to what the conspiracy would be, but like, it is a weird coincidence. They all happen to wear 0. They all happen to be wearing pink shoes that day, and they all tore their Achilles that day. Like,
in the same,
I don't know what the odds are, bro. Yeah, same postseason. 3 stars. Like, these aren't even like role players. These are bona fide stars. Like, Dame is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, like Olympians.
Tatum.
Bro. Yeah.
Yep. Tatum is on the verge of being a Hall of Famer. And I'm just gonna say he's a superstar. I'm not gonna call him a Hall of Famer yet, but he's a NBA superstar. He's not a star. He's a superstar. You got Tyrese, who's in my opinion, a star. He's not a superstar yet, but he's a budding star on the verge of becoming a super. If he would have been healthy and got them over the hump that Game 7, he would have took a step into that superstar class.
I mean, you might have an argument for even putting him up there as the best player in the league at that point. I mean, because nobody had them winning outside of the Indiana fan base, bro. Like, all the bet odds had them losing.
I wouldn't even say all of the Pacers fan base. Is you just being real. Like, OKC was that, bro. Like, I had them pick day one of the playoffs. Me being a Laker fan, still I had them coming out the West. I had them in Boston, and I had them beating Boston, which was going to be a tough damn task. But that was my prediction. So my champion was right, but just the team they went against wasn't. And I actually don't even know if it doesn't happen if Tatum doesn't pop his Achilles. But we'll never know. We'll never know.
True.
But because they're a different team without Tatum. Derek White, he tried to pick up the scoring. In some of the games he did.
Tell my family I tried.
Hey, he had 2 games back to back, he went in and had 15 points in the first quarter. But I knew it's a game of averages. That's gonna die down. Somebody else gonna pick it up. And this is what I've been saying about Jaylen Brown. Mm-hmm. And people are like, oh, it's Jalen's team. It's not Jalen's team. It is Tatum's team. And I think that was proven. And Brown is talented as hell. He's a top 5 shooting guard in basketball. Mm-hmm. You can make an argument top 3 if you want to, because he plays both sides of the ball. But it's Tatum's team up in Boston. And unfortunately, they made some changes that we're gonna touch into here in a little bit.
Changes, the man says, more like demolition.
I'll say changes. I won't say demolition yet. Like it's borderline. I'll give you demolition because another piece ain't coming back either.
Several.
So I don't know what. Because actually, I just thought of it. Another person just left too. I don't know. It may be borderline demolition. So we'll see. But first, because of the finals, I want to talk about those teams and what I've seen transpire. With offseason with them. So the big change is, if you don't know, Miles Turner being traded to Milwaukee. What is your thoughts on that? I actually get the move. I need to see all the pieces that move and what was given up. But I understand it for the Bucks' sake. In essence, they just got a younger, more athletic Lopez.
No disagreement there.
He's a shooter. Yeah. He's a rim protector. He spreads the floor. It won't suffocate Portis and Giannis when they're on the court. It makes sense for the Bucks. Now, yeah, I'm gonna go back to that, but the next move didn't make sense to me for the team's sake.
Yeah.
We're
going to get to that about Dame here in a second. Thank you for bringing it up. Brother
But yeah, so I like the move. I just didn't like the next move. Because I don't think they answered it in the draft.
No, they didn't answer it in the draft.
So yeah, so they didn't answer it. So they didn't have a I don't know. Like who yeah, I don't know. Free agency isn't over. There's still some names out there, but I also think this is the effect of the damn apron. But that's that. And if that's with the Pacers, and I don't know if you've seen, because how we phrase the Thunder with their ability to trade things of that nature. They went in with 2 first-round picks, and they don't have to go out and get the trades and the free agents, because they build through the draft. They scout very well. So for them to be the defending champions and it's working in favor with the apron, it's a real thing. So they added more depth to the wings. They added more depth at, I believe, the center spot. So I like what they did. And for that, you can kind of say so far they've somewhat won the offseason so far, because they added without killing the salary, even though my man SGA got paid get paid $71.5 million a year for 4 years,
with a chance for that final year to balance out at $78 million fucking dollars, bro. Like we was just,
and it's gonna happen. People don't realize he's just entering his prime. Like we haven't even seen his final form yet. He's still got some evolving to do. Like he's not final form SGA yet. And even if you did say, oh, he's final form, this final form ain't bad.
My nigga, if his version of being capped out, as we say in college football, is championship MVP, all NBA, like all world, like
it's not a bad place to be capped.
That's fair. It's
not a bad place to be capped, because I think he's gonna make a run for the MVP again. I think it's gonna be early. It's gonna be a 2-man race. It's gonna be him and Joker, and if healthy, Wemby can maybe take a step into that conversation if the Spurs can be top 5, and he shows progression like he did from year 1 to year 2, then year 2 to year 3. Because Wemby's a freak. Wemby is special. So
I'm glad you brought young Bucko up because apparently your boy is out there on some Batman-esque level type training. He is out there training with the monks overseas in Asia. And I don't know if you've been seeing some of this stuff on YouTube. Your boy's out here doing, like, we've already seen his athletic gifts, man, but he's taking them to a next level. Your boy's literally about to be back out here on some Bruce Wayne type stuff, man, like when he come back. So, like,
I like it.
Woo!
I like it. I like it.
Like
7'4" athlete, can run the floor, can shoot it, can handle the rock, can pass. Probably the best defender in basketball.
And slowly becoming the hero that Gotham desperately needs and the one it deserves.
And deserved.
Bucko is becoming a member of the League of Shadows as we speak. Like, no bullshit. Like,
yeah.
But now to give my take about the finals fallout. Agreed, man. The fucking devastating what happened to Tyrese Halliburton, man, and it just in the fashion that it happened into. Like you just said, he was just getting ready to cook. Not even just getting ready. He was already cooking right out the gate, man. It looked like the Thunder. And I hate to say this because I know injuries are a part of the game. I get it. It happens. But we got to be honest, bro. Like, if Halliburton finishes that game, we might be having a totally different discussion and arguably one of the biggest upsets in sports history on our hands if he finishes that game. Like I told you, if you could compare Rocky Balboa and portray him as a basketball team, it was the Indiana fucking Pacers, bro. Like, they just would not go away
literally
quietly.
Rocky normally still lost, so like literally.
But I'm talking like Rocky too. Like, bro, they was taking every shot on the man, eating jabs, eating crosses, getting knocked down, getting back up. Like, whew, and they was still right there, bro. But like, you take away. I mean, losing Halliburton is basically like losing the ability to see, man. Like, you just. I don't care if you got daredevil senses, man. You just ain't gonna be able to like defend yourself against that kind of an onslaught at that point. But nonetheless, man, I'm happy for Oklahoma City, man, because again they did it. They built that team the right way, and I gotta give. I know we want to give SGA the credit, bro, but we gotta back up and give Sam Presti his fucking flowers, bro. Like, 12 years ago. First finals trip as the GM, the team was babies. You're talking to young Durant, young Westbrook, young Harden,
young Ibaka,
Kendrick Perkins, just that team like that. That looked like a dynasty in the making right there. And then the business of the NBA at that time eventually destroyed what could have been one of the best teams we ever seen. Losing Harden for $4 million in free agency, Kevin Durant bailing. Eventually having no choice, even though you kind of reloaded when you got Paul George and had the tandem of him and Russell Westbrook and Melo, but that whole situation imploded. For him to emerge from arguably losing effectively on his watch as a general manager, a grand total of 4 to 5 Hall of Famers, man, to get that kind of a haul back and to reload this quickly with this young and dangerous of a team is remarkable, bro. Like, that's why I said I know it might have been premature, like giving him the whole GOAT GM tags before he got the chip, but now he got the chip. And like you just said, bro just came back into this draft here with picks loaded. Like, they're getting ready to sign all their stars for the long haul, and they're still good for the next 5 years as far as like being able to compete.
And like, honestly, to circle back to last episode, that's honestly the reason I was surprised because of the upcoming apron with the draft capital and with the young players and not being able to they're going to be able to pay all 3 of them and the rest of the team. It's when I made that Giannis suggestion. That was part of it. You can pay 2 of them. You can pay 2 of them and then build around them. Yeah. So if you would have effectively did that and then maybe sent 1 or 2 of those picks to, because like, honestly, now knowing what we know, you could have been like, hey, we'll give you both of them. And effectively, you could have been like, I give you both picks, Chet and Williams. They go there, and then they do what they do and buy Dame out. And then if you can talk Dame into joining up to be the off guard to SGA with that and letting him sign for the mid-level exception of $5 million, while he's continued to getting paid by Milwaukee would have been a dream fucking scenario.
Sure would have been.
Dream. Because you would have kept three stars and be able to afford them. And still be able to afford Caruso, Hartenstein. Like, you'd be able to afford everybody else, the role players, the people that matter, the backbone of the team that helps get you through the fray.
Those extras that you need,
Yep. So we'll only see. We're going to touch more on Dame more here in a little bit, but yeah, I think the Thunder did great with what they did. You know, like I said, they drafted a young kid with the 14th overall pick out of Arizona. You know, another athletic wing, true freshman. So they'll be able to build around him. He also be able to come and defend and join the rotation with Wiggins, Aaron Wiggins, that is, if you guys don't know, and Isaiah Joe, and that bunch, and Alex Caruso, and then the kid from Colorado State, another big guard, 6'5", 200 pounds, another physical guy who's also a defender. So they added depth. So yeah, man, like they're doing it right. They're doing it right. It's a guard-driven league right now, and now we're just getting to a point we can throw bodies at you. Athletic bodies that can switch. We can defend. We can defend 1 through 4 with those 4.
That's how fast
we have 2 athletic bigs that can switch 3 through 5. So and actually that's Hartenstein, the other Jalen Williams, and Chet, and I haven't even mentioned like Lou Dort, who's still there. Like, they're loaded. Like, they're probably going to be the 1 seed again next year. If not one, they're definitely a top 3 team, barring any major injuries and setbacks.
I was just going to say that.
Because I also expect, at this point, from what I've seen, I'm going to change my tune a little bit. I've seen enough from Jalen Williams. And if he continues to build on that and takes that next step that he needs to take, he's going to be a problem. Because now he has confidence to build on, because he know that he can do it on the finals.
He's got confidence.
He didn't choke.
Yep.
He had a 40 ball in the finals. Like, it's
against a good team that was good defensively in Indiana. Yeah. So
it's the sky's the limit in OKC right now, and I don't expect any setbacks with this team. I think they're still hungry. The way that culture is built there, and the way that they have a bond with each other, and they push each other, and they motivate each other. Like, to me, they got the best post-game interactions in the NBA. When they do their post-game interviews and how they all there, get ignorant and start barking. like I know for a fact, without even having to ask, they all genuinely rock with each other. And they communicate off the court. It's not just
it's a camaraderie, man.
So, and this is basically what KG was saying with Boston. Like, it wasn't just a punch the clock. We hung out together. He was like, and that's the reason when Allen left, it was such turmoil between them because of how they were. They were always with each other, on and off the court. So they've built that. They've modeled it like that. Yep. Everyone genuinely likes each other. Down to the point that SGA, we know that SGA is a star. But he's getting commercials and bringing his boys into the commercials.
Right.
There's no reason at this point that Jalen Williams should be headlined in a top level commercial right now, in a syndicated ad. But he is. So it's now his face is out there. So now, he my boy, and I'm bringing him with me, and that's what we're seeing.
That's how.
So
yeah, man, and that just speaks, man. Attitude reflects leadership, as they said. Remember the Titans, man. Like it starts at the top. You know, you got to start as very unselfish man that knows when to do what, man. Like, and like you said, we haven't seen the best of this kid yet in SGA, bro. Like, he's still a kid, like, as quiet as it's kept, bro. Like, you know, on the back end of 20, like, you know, after 25, not 30 yet, bro. Like, we ain't seen him at his final form yet. And the one weakness you might be able to make an argument about, and he's not terrible at it, is 3-point shooting. But when you can shoot that damn well from mid-range, get to the line, create shots, you don't need to jack up a bunch of damn 3-pointers.
What's the weakness with it though?
And like I said, that's like that's reaching. That's like low key reaching.
The reason I say, like, what's the weakness in it is, if I'm not mistaken, he's not a real 3-point shooter.
He's not really, yeah.
But he shot 39% or 38% from three this year.
And that's my point. Like
so yeah, 38% from three this year. And the thing is, like, he doesn't shoot them at high volume,
right?
But everybody doesn't have to shoot the three at high volume, and that's what people need to understand. Like, he knows that that's not his bread and butter. His bread and butter is getting to his spots, him controlling his
separation,
pace, and then if I know that I'm struggling, I'm putting the ball on the deck and I am generating contact. So people hate that style because it's a slower pace. That's what you're taught in basketball, like, especially when you're a good free throw shooter. Like, I hate to see it if Mitchell Robinson was doing the shit, but he's not. This is SGA. He's an 85% for 3-point shooter, free throw shooter. Yeah, like, you shooting 37.5%, 38%, and he's only increased it. He's increased it pretty much every year. So if he continues to improve, he'll probably be closer to that 40% clip next year. And he knows he only have to shoot it 2 to 5 times a game versus someone like Curry that's taking 18, 19 a game.
Shucking.
Like, and that's not even a shot because that's what Curry does. Because, like, you know, might be like, oh, he chucking and he shooting teams out of games. When you see it, he's 2 of 16, but there's games where he is 13 to 15 from 3. 13 to 18 for 3.
Literally flamethrower. Like, literally burning the damn house down, bro.
So nuclear. It's, you know, you take it how you can, and that's why I love his game so much, because it reminds me of an older brand, old school. Like, not saying that he is Kobe or Jordan, but it's being a master of your pace. You're being a master of you getting to your spots. You being a master, as 2K heads would say, 2K a mid-range maestro.
Yes, sir, the midi maestro. Yeah,
shifty shooter. So yeah, like, that's what I love about it. And that's why he's my favorite player. And hell, I even said that first episode of the pod. Like, he is my favorite dude in the NBA right now. So, and he's that 6'6" guard. And people forget, he's not a traditional point guard. He is a shooting guard by trade. He's a shooting guard. He's a scoring guard. And he just happens to be able to average 8 assists a game.
He can facilitate, and that's a dangerous combination.
He's not a point guard. Yeah. He's a shooting guard playing point. In essence, he is, and he also is a leader. So this isn't a shot, but this is exactly what Phoenix wants from Book. This is what they want from Book. Because I think Book is just as talented on the offensive side. He's just not as good as a facilitator, in my opinion. But we've seen Book drop 70. Book is, like, just as talented at times on the offensive side. So I don't think he's as good as a defender either,
nor a leader.
So that's what Phoenix wants out of Book,
and it ain't happening.
and it ain't gonna happen, because I don't think he's a natural facilitator. Like, he's also a shooting guard that can facilitate, but he has to someone like a CP3. Like, when Chris Paul was there, he got the best out. It's funny that he's the common denominator, because same thing with SGA. He learned everything. So there's a thought. Moral of the story, CP3 need to be a damn coach. The moment that he retires, he needs to be hired by organization 3 days later to be the head coach. Because somehow he knows how to tap into the mental of these guards and get the best out of them. Because he's done it with Book. Book hasn't been the same since CP3 left Phoenix. He just hasn't. So
neither is DeAndre Ayton.
He a Laker now. He with Luka and he with Bron. So
we're gonna see what happens there.
Lake Show. We'll take a 14. We'll take a 14-10 guy.
Hey, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for y'all.
Exactly.
Because boy,
and he can shoot the midi.
He can shoot the midi, and he will slow down the likes of a Rudy Gobert.
And he can defend.
He will
not AD level.
No. But he won't.
But he can defend. He's a serviceable defender.
Hey, he's an upgrade, and he will stop a Rudy Gobert from dropping 20 and 20 on y'all. Let's just say that.
Yeah, what jazz we take at the Knicks?
Well, it was a little slight one earlier talking about Mitchell Robinson, but like,
get in the lab. I'm at home, and I probably shoot a free throw better than Mitchell Robinson. Just saying. Let's not even drive at the
He
Knicks.
ain't been Wallace bad, but
We shoot 47%.
Oh man,
It's just as bad.
mm-hmm.
So it is what it is, man. Like,
nah, man. It's
but
nah. Don't the sky. Nonetheless, man. Sky's the limit. I'm definitely on the OKC bandwagon as far as like picking them as like early favorites for next year because they haven't had a bad offseason. Like it's literally like a lock and reload type scenario, man. And Sam Presti, bro, the evil genius continues to cook now, and now that he has a ring on his resume and probably like good job security for the next decade.
Oh, for sure. He's not at any risk.
Yeah.
Any risk.
Nah,
because
he will not be a Bob Myers casualty like I was at Golden State. Let's just say that. Like Bennett would be a damn fool to let him go.
Yeah, because as much as I want to say it, Ayton isn't the only piece for the Lakers to be like, oh, it's title. They got a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, a little bit more work to do.
A little bit, but they're in a much better place. Like if Ayton was with them last year, I think they get out the first round.
Oh, without question, they get out the first round.
I think they get out the first round.
They get out the first round. Don't know if they beat Oklahoma City.
No, I don't know.
But
I think they beat Minnesota. Like
I think that. Well, yeah, I definitely think they do. So
because when you are able to make Rudy Gobert look like prime Shaq, it's crazy. And Ayton, that ain't happening versus Ayton. Like so. I digress. We'll talk about the Lakers more in the future.
Definitely gonna be more Laker talk.
We already touched on them with the Ayton pick. So pick up and not pick up. But
nice little segue to the next subject.
Other moves around the NBA, blockbuster trade, as they would say, blockbuster. KD going to Houston,
insane.
Houston has came out and said, Udoka has came out and said that instantly KD makes them a title contender. He's not wrong in the immediate. I don't like the move long term because they gave up Jalen.
Yeah.
Giving up Jalen for a 38-year-old is crazy to me. Giving up a 22-year-old for a 38-year-old is crazy to me. The only conclusion I can come up with is that in their head, they have seen that behind the scenes, Jalen is truly not putting in the work to take that next step and to become the superstar that they even believe that he can be. And maybe it's going to be moving him to get something in the immediate. And if that triggers in his head, oh well, we'll face it down the line. Because it makes no sense.
Zero.
And to trade him and another pit bull, as they would say, in Dylan Brooks. Pit bull and Dylan Brooks. And a pick. It was a couple picks, wasn't it?
Several picks, yeah. Yeah,
it's like, so I do think KD makes them a slightly better. The front line is 6'10", 6'11", and 7'1". Or 7 foot, my bad. Şengün, Jabari, KD, and then Fred VanVleet. Now, the question is, who's going to play the two? Is it going to be, I would imagine they will go Thomas. They run him at 6'7", another athlete. Pretty much, KD, you go be Jordan and score. Thomas, you go be the Pippen, the defender, to where KD can just focus on offense. That's what I imagine they would do.
Yeah.
With the lineup, I get VanVleet. Based off the lineup, I don't like VanVleet in the lineup just because of the size. He becomes I like him I don't like him in the starting lineup with that rotation because he becomes, if you're a guard or if you're anybody, I'm putting him in action and I'm getting him switching on me. He's 5'11", 6'1", 5'11", 6 foot, and I'm making him beat us, stop us on the defensive side. That's what I'm doing. Like, he's the weak link offense on the defensive side.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I think it's hard to put $100 million man on the bench.
Exactly.
I'm be honest.
You gotta roll
almost
with it, man.
Need a bigger guard to complement. Like, it's a fire sale. Do you be like, hey, Boston, Derek White,
Oh no!
Yes.
No!
Because he's another defender, another shooter, another ball handler.
Oh
yes.
man,
Derek White.
No, bro.
Like Derek White.
Absolutely
You're not another 6'5" wing that can defend, can facilitate. USA team. I don't know. I don't get you.
Man, you bring up
Derek White.
USA team.
Like I know he got a big ass forehead, but so be it. Like so be it. Like he is a baller. He is better than any guard that Orlando got. Any guard. Any guard.
You know, it remains to be seen. We're gonna see what happens in this upcoming season. But
any guard, because I'm not gonna include Bane in that because Bane hasn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hasn't lined up in Orlando yet.
I'm not gonna
he's better than anybody on that roster from last year. He's better than Suggs. He's better than Anthony. He's better than.
Go KCP. Yeah, I give you that.
Definitely better.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'll go to the highest of the mountaintops. I will say that Jalen Suggs is a better player, but it's all good. So that's fair. That's fair.
Absolutely
That's fair. You know,
absolutely.
But I will not let you.
I just want you to be objective and just not lead with Ballas. No, because there's nothing about Jalen. I like Jalen Suggs as a player.
All NBA defender, bro. All NBA defender.
I wouldn't say he's a better defender. I wouldn't say he's a better defender.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that yet. I get what you're saying. He's better if he's not a better facilitator. He's not a better scorer. He's not a better shooter.
Amazing.
That doesn't.
Jalen was having a career high shooting year before he got hurt, bro. He was flirting with 40%. But
one time over consistency.
That's cool. But I'm respectfully. I'm not gonna let you keep promoting. I'm not gonna let you keep promoting this bald-headed D man. You keep trying to fucking promote.
Because he's nice. He's nice. Should he have been picked over Jaylen Brown? Absolutely not.
Thank you.
Absolutely not.
Thank you.
No, I'm not biased like that. I am honest.
I was gonna say, bro, I'm like, if you're sitting there co-signing that Olympic bullshit,
we all know that was a move to spite him. But not only are we not gonna pick you, Jalen, we gonna pick your damn teammate.
I don't, and maybe I'm harboring that a little too personally. Maybe it's just me because I'm like, bro, in what world do you pick Derek White over Jaylen Brown as an Olympic replacement?
Honestly, I would have called fucking Cade first.
I'm happy with Cade over him, bro. For real.
Like,
there's several options I'd have went with ahead of him, but like just the disrespect is.
But I don't know. But yeah, back to Houston.
Yeah, you got cooking the grits with that one, bro. But go ahead, Derek White.
But like, I don't know if that, even with the moves, I could see them being contenders, but are they better? Are they better than Denver after Denver's also made a move in trading Michael Porter Jr.? Are they like? Well, one. Let me roll it back. Do you think Denver won that trade for Cam Johnson?
Oh, okay. So, welcome to Frost's low hanging fruit logic moment. Welcome to it. And there's always one in every episode. On paper, it looks like Denver upgraded with this trade. But here's where I'm going to challenge it. I know Cam is a damn good player. Obviously, he's been in prison playing with the damn Nets for the past several seasons. But I just like MPJ's game better. I just like it better. Versus that. I just think that he's a explosive enough scorer. He's not the most like sound defensively, but he's still like a long body. You know what I mean? That still like provides like matchup problems on the offensive end, and you can kind of max that with what you do on defense. Porter was not in that lineup to be like an elite defender. However, he fit what they did very well. They won a championship with this guy. Had a down year last year, for whatever reasons, and maybe didn't like quite put the best foot forward. Maybe Joker was the reason why they pulled the trigger on the trade. He wanted him out for whatever reason, but I don't.
Are you calling Joker the Doom Brown?
That's a great question. Next question.
I'm just saying. You just said this. He want him back.
There's some rumble.
You made an inference that he the reason that Malone ain't there no more. So
I'm just saying there's a reason where that certain actions are taking place, and it just happens to be with a historically good player that can average a triple double in his sleep and has won a ring, and up there considered greatest of all time conversation. He's not my goal, but some people have the audacity to throw him up there. But I'm just saying there's just a little bit of Bron-ish type. Well, I'm not, because I still don't believe Bron had that kind of control over a franchise. Still, I still believe all that is like complete bullshit, to be honest. But and from the optics standpoint, I think Joker has that kind of pull with the franchise to dictate like stuff getting done. I mean, he is their franchise player. And I'm still wondering if they're going to be able to recover from that ghastly statement that was made, talking about if they were to trade him. Granted, it was taken out of context. Those of us that follow basketball knew what that guy actually meant when he made that statement, or whenever the president made that statement about potentially having to make the decision to trade Joker if you're one injury away from doing so. Kind of like what happened with Boston at the demolition job. But I just kind of like what Kenyon Martin said with the whole Miles Turner going to the Bucks and them losing Brook Lopez to free agency. It's kind of just moving furniture around, bro. At the end of the day, I don't think Cam's a major upgrade over MPJ.
So this is what I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
I think both teams won the trade.
I think that's a fair argument,
and this is why.
Mm-hmm.
I think Denver got better by subtraction. I personally think that Michael Porter Jr. thinks that he needs a bigger role than what he's given in Denver. So he goes to Brooklyn. He's going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Porter Jr. is an all-star next year in the East,
mm-hmm.
and takes a big step immediately, similar to Mikal Bridges when he went to Brooklyn.
I agree. Yeah.
2, Johnson doesn't demand the ball,
mm-hmm.
and I think he's a better on-ball defender than Porter, but Porter is a much better rebounder than he is.
Yeah.
So I think that now forces Gordon to be a better rebounder, and he can be. That's simply going. I think he needs to go from about the 5 that he was doing up to about 7.
Yep.
But it also gives him a better wing defender, and they also bring back their Energizer Bunny and Bruce Brown.
Yeah.
They also bring him
back. They got Brown this offseason. Damn.
Yeah. So I think they got better by subtraction, meaning you lose the bigger talent because he doesn't fit your system as well. And then you look at the net side, as much as people want Cam Thomas to be the guy in Brooklyn, he can't stay on the court and he can't stay healthy. So now you get to bring in a 6'10" athletic wing that, yes, he has a clip and it's extended. Pause. But
oh shit! I was gonna let you slide, but keep cooking.
Nah, I catch myself. Ain't no slipping in my pick. But not Michael Porter Jr. He upgrades them. He's a 6'10" athletic wing who can shoot the lights out. He's a little streaky, but you can honestly say, is he as streaky as he is because he doesn't get as many touches as he needs to be? Michael Porter Jr. is always, even at his very short stint in college, he was the man at Missouri. He was the man in high school, number 1 player in the nation. He's always been the guy. And now he has a chance to prove that he should have been the guy. So we'll see. And I think he's in the right environment in Brooklyn now. So I think they both won that trade. Me personally.
I think that's a fair argument.
So I think Denver as a team got better. So with that acquisition, I still don't know if Houston is over them. I still got OKC 1. I still got Denver. I got Denver at 2. I think Minnesota's going to take a little step back. For some reason, some telling me something's something not clicking. Unless Dillingham takes that next step next year and spark something, I don't see them.
I can tell you when they
taking that next step.
I can tell you when they clicking, they're about to pay a nice little price. I mean, just think about it. About 60% of your team's salary is tied up in 3 players in the front court, and they all can't play at the same time. and Reed, Gobert, and Randall now,
Yeah, and Michael Porter Jr. is athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he a who do I want to compare it to? He's not like a ant type of an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Different. You're talking a 6'4" to a 6'10" guy.
More like, is he Obi Toppin athletic?
6'10" guy.
Yeah.
6'10" guy that runs the floor. 6'10" guy who does have bounce. Yeah, he's definitely a 6'10" athlete. He's athletic. Is he a freak athlete?
Nah.
No. Is he even like even at 6'10", is he the type of athlete that Wemby is? No. Wemby is a special athlete at 7'4". So he's not a freak of an athlete. But yes, he's very athletic for 6'10". If you want to say that he's stiff, I guess you can say that, but if you look at, it's not too many 6'8", 6'10" dudes that aren't more on the stiffer side. And then the one that I know that isn't stiff, y'all like to crucify him and Paul George because he's fluid and he looks like he's doing shit effortlessly. And is he lazy? So it's a double-edged sword with that.
Not playoff P.
Well, I ain't talking about playoff P. I'm just talking about his I'm just talking about his fluidness. That's what he needs to stick to. Yeah. So I do think Michael Porter Jr. is athletic. He's not the most athletic. Like, is he more athletic than Larry Nance Jr., who's also 6'10", similar build? Yes, much more athletic.
Apollo Banchero, he is not. Definitely giving Apollo the nod over him as far as like being more athletic.
Like, I think Michael Porter Jr. is faster. I would probably not skill wise. It's not this night and day.
Okay,
who's better between
okay.
I'm not talking skill wise. Like, I'm thinking through it, like, because I also look at Paolo as more of a tank. Because
he's definitely more of a tank
because he's
6'10",
like
250,
60. Like, and
he's what Blake Griffin should have been.
Yeah, and then Porter Jr. is more wiry than like a tank. So that's the reason I'm like,
I know.
Like, so that's the reason I'm like, I think athlete, like, he's maybe a little better of an athlete up and down, but like strength wise, no, it's Paolo. Paolo's a tank. And do I take Paolo over him every day of the week and 5 times on Sunday? So it's not a debate of who I'm taking.
Okay.
They're two different type of athletes.
No doubt they are.
Because I also don't. It's not that Paolo can't jump or isn't explosive. I don't think he has to be. Like, can he put somebody on the poster? Yeah, but he knows that he's a tank and he can handle the rock. He's a much better player than Porter Jr. But I don't know if he's a better just overall athlete. Like,
no, I get that. That's fair. I mean, hell, like guys like Obi Toppin are some of the most athletic guys in the league, but they're just not as skilled as some of the guys that we're talking about.
They're not the best basketball players.
Right.
Like even to take about, you're not gonna find much better athletes than Jason White that used to be in the slam dunk contest.
Oh yeah, James White.
James White. Yeah. You're not gonna find much better athletes than him. You're not gonna find much better athletes than Gerald Green. But you're not gonna find much better athletes.
Gerald Green, that's a name my boy just dropped there, brother.
But you can find much better basketball players than them that are not as athletic as them. So yes, 6'10", he's definitely athletic, an athletic 6'10".
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, I don't think they got much better. Then switch over to the East real quick to segue over to that. What do you think of the trade with Boston sending Holiday to Portland again?
So disrespectful.
Again.
So disrespectful.
For Anthony Simons.
I think given the situation, because as I saw, as I called it on a few episodes back, like the writing was on the wall for Boston, especially after the Tatum injury. We all knew this was coming. We knew that there was going to be a demolition job. New ownership, they did not want no parts of that second apron work, and just that team was way too top heavy. Like you can't sustain a team like that anymore, man. Them days of like having 3 or 4 all-stars, or even like an all-star is kind of like on the back end of his prime or starting to fade out. Like you just can't field a team like that anymore. But going back to the trade itself, not a bad haul to come away with if you're going to give up a Drew Holiday. You get younger in Anthony Simons. You get a guy that is a better shooter than him and
much better.
Better shooter. He's not. Simons is a solid defender, but he is not a Drew Holiday defender. No, he's not. He's not first team All NBA defense caliber. But I think, given the situation that Boston is in, that is a very nice consolation prize to come away with from us not to signal. Because again, I said it was a demolition job, but I'm not going to say they had to blow everything up from the ground like out. Like this is more of like you need to take some off the top type deal. So Simons, that's in my opinion, it actually is an upgrade over Holiday, given the fact that Drew is also aging and the fact that they are upgrading on the offensive standpoint, and also considering the fact that Tatum's probably going to be out for this upcoming season. You're going to need somebody that can at least still give Boston fans hope and give them a chance to compete still. So I like the move. If I had to grade it, I mean, obviously it's a massive failure for the continued for the continued misery of the Blazers franchise, but you had to make a move. You've talked about trading Simons for about as long as Indiana had been talking about trying to trade away Miles Turner and never doing it. Like, you finally had to make a move, and it was just a cost cutting measure. I mean, I don't see Drew suiting up for them next season. I see him getting bought out potentially and being able to go elsewhere. So like, for Boston's case, very good move. That's a good long term way to try to stabilize the relaunch when Tatum does come back. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's a long term deal because of the apron, and we're going to reference the apron a lot because Simons is probably going to be close to $100 million guy.
Yeah.
Because of his 3-point paralysis.
Yeah.
But what it does do is in the interim to where they can't afford to pay everybody because Tatum's not playing next year.
Nope.
But they still got to pay him. So that salary is still in the books.
Yep.
And they still got to pay Jalen. Jalen can't hold up the offensive load by himself.
Nope.
So you bring in another 20 point a night guy in Simons, and also you give him a shooter. And I would imagine with that, they're also going to elevate. No, they still have White. So White will be the starter and still allowing Peyton Pritchard to come off the bench and be another shooter, another scorer for them. It also frees up some of the offensive load next season for Brown. Now, the other trade that Boston made is with
the Hawks.
Porzingis going to the Hawks. I said one of them will have to go. I said a couple episodes. I didn't know that both of them would be gone in a matter of 2 days. So
our front court about to look mighty different up there in Boston.
Yeah, because like I don't know who they have anymore. Because not only did they trade him, Al Horford's not coming back, and I think it was Memphis paid Cornette $40 million.
Insane.
I'm like
insane.
Like, what is? How is he getting $11 million a year? Like, what is going on?
Parking lot pimping.
Like, I don't get it. I don't get
Welcome
it.
to the new NBA, man. Got to.
So I don't know who their centers are. I don't know who they're running that big next year. At this point, like
I see a Jackson Hayes signing incoming.
Let me look at maybe, and he may be the best option.
He might be the best option, joke, bro. Like
you said as a joke,
yeah, it's a truthful joke.
They better go call Dwight
something.
So I don't know who their center is going to be, and that's a scary thing. Like because it's not like they got like a young star back. I truly think that was 100% on capital, like on cap room, like
yeah.
Because I'm trying to break down what went. I know it was a 3-team trade. So,
well, the biggest piece of that obviously is Porzingis. I mean, and that being like a contract offloading situation. I'm gonna give you time to go ahead and get the details for it, but this is clearly a cost-cutting measure, as we've been talking about. I mean, Boston won a part of the second apron to tap into, and it just you weren't going to be able to continue to pay a guy like Porzingis. Like,
yeah, there was so they got Gort. They got I can never pronounce his name because he doesn't pronounce it the way that's spelled. Ning.
George Niang.
Yeah. George Niang in the second round pick, and then Terrence Mann in the first round pick. Went to Brooklyn, and Porzingis went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
Well, Niang does kind of help. I mean, that gives you more of like help at the 4 and the wing spots.
Yeah,
So
because he had 3-4.
yeah, I mean, I'd probably say, I mean, he's one of those guys like he's too big to play at the 3, but he's like in today's NBA, he's like a perfect fit for a 4. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and in reference, he's not athletic.
no.
So you look at it.
He's one of them guys that could have survived. Like he oh god, he reminds me of like one of them cats like from back in like the 90s, like an Anthony Mason, like just big and could do, but just not. You're not beating nobody in a foot
But
race.
he's not even that strong.
He's nowhere near
like strong like Anthony Mason.
I just couldn't think of no. I couldn't even think of no wide body Cadillacs. Like I don't know, maybe like a Daniel Marshall. I don't know, bro. Like
yeah.
You know, like just
Wally Zerbiak built.
Oh, doing like that.
Wally Zerbiak built.
Swear to God, like, and I used to be a Minnesota fan. I rock with them and KG, man, back when they was in Minnesota. But every time I hear his name, I just think about that episode of the JB Fox show back in the 90s, man, where he called him, he's like, who was this, Wally Zerbiak back? I'm like, that is not how you pronounce that man's name, bro.
Just crazy.
Just butchered it. But, nah, man, like, it's a lot more work to be done, man. Boston still got some work to do. They definitely still need to figure out the center situation because now it's like the Lakers kind of flip spots. Like Flip Mo's the greatest. Forever till I die, man. Shout out to Buster Rhymes, man. Flip Mo's the greatest. But it's kind of like a Flip Mo situation with them. Like the Lakers desperately needed a big, they got their big. Boston still needs a big, and that's a great question. Next question, as far as that they're concerned. So you know,
True.
Got an interesting question there in the chat, man. You want to take a stab at this one here?
You think about the hundreds of millions of dollars.
Very interesting question. I'll take a swing at that. As far as that particular situation, it's always dicey when you start talking about franchises and how like stadiums and properties do get built in general, as far as like how it's getting paid for, because it's usually the teams that are commanding like the pace on how that's going to go and how that's being funded. I still got a slight problem with like that, like the percentages on like what goes on like the taxpayers and like what's coming out of certain funds. But I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, because the Browns seem to be pretty ambitious with that project in general. Like because I don't know how much you follow that particular subject, but it sounds like they're trying to come away from the lake and come into a different part of Cleveland. If
they're going to a suburb, they're not going to be in Cleveland proper.
Okay, so it's not.
They're going to be like I think it's 14 miles southwest.
So they're coming up. Okay, so they're 10.
They will no longer be on the lake.
Okay,
be on Lake Erie.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be in Cleveland, like the city of Cleveland at all.
Gotcha.
Which shocked anybody. Almost none of these stadiums are actually in the cities that they claim. Like
nope.
The New York Jets and New York Giants don't be playing the damn stadium.
They playing New Jersey.
They are the New Jersey Giants and New Jersey Jets, but they play. I know it's just across the river, but they play in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. East Rutherford.
DC, Washington doesn't. They don't play in Washington D.C. They play in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
They are planning to move back to D.C. with the new stadium.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, they play in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas. They've almost never played in Dallas.
Right, by reserving before. Is it Arlington now?
Yep.
Okay.
Arlington, yep. Now it's Arlington.
Yep.
So, hell, San Fran, they play in Santa Clara.
Yeah.
They don't play in San Francisco anymore, or Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't play. They didn't even go directly across the damn bridge. They went to a suburb.
Sure did.
Like, I think the only ones, like even the Rams and Chargers, they play in Inglewood. Like, they don't even play in LA.
They'll not play.
So
yeah.
Vegas. They actually play in Vegas. They on the Strip.
Oh, hey, that's right. That's right in the heart of the Strip, yeah.
Cincinnati is in Cincinnati. Cleveland, as of right now, is in Cleveland. Yeah, but
that's the route a lot of these teams are going, though.
Yeah. So these teams, they partner with governments all the time to get funding because they don't want to pay for it all out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Every owner is not a Jerry Jones. I forget the owner of the Rams name, but he also paid for that stadium out of his own pocket.
Mm-hmm.
There are more owners with deep pockets that's willing to do it, like Steve Ballmer with the Clippers. But I know you're also talking about it from an economical standpoint, from the city. Jerry Jones and like they're doing out in LA, that doesn't benefit the city either. because now everything that goes on the stadium goes directly into their pockets. That's not getting fed back into the city and the economy with those teams. So I haven't given it much thought. I'm not a Browns fan. I could actually care less.
Damn.
But
true.
Just being honest, like I know that they got it. I know they're looking at getting it and looking to break ground soon. And I know they're in talks of potentially playing games here in Columbus doing the renovation.
Crazy.
Doing some games here in Columbus at the Shoe.
Interesting.
I know they're in talks. I don't know if they're actually going to go with it. I'll go to a game because it's a pro football game here in the city. If that happens,
yeah.
I'll go because I'm a football fan regardless. But that's pretty much the extent of that I looked into it, and seeing how they're funding it, I don't care because it's going to get funded.
Yeah.
And at least that way, it's still going to be some type of money going back to the city or the state or the area, versus all going directly into Jerry Jones' pocket like it is with Arlington. Like when he books those venues, it goes into his pocket. Outside of the taxes that he pays, and I'm pretty sure he's finding a way to elude those taxes that he's paying. It doesn't go back to the local economy, so it goes into his pockets.
That is crazy that they are using the unclaimed funds from the state of Ohio for that, and which has now accelerated that clock for people to claim them before that goes towards that. So I mean that's an interesting conversation. In fact, I think when I checked, I still got to claim my little $68 from the state from stuff that got mailed out to an old address. So I got to get on there and get my money. We'll get that gun. I'm gonna get that money. I don't think you you, Jake. But
yeah.
But I definitely got to look into that though, for sure. Now, that was definitely a great question.
Yeah. Since we have segued into football anyway, let's just go and segue into Christmas in July.
In July. But beforehand, it would be crazy to have an NFL game at the Shoe, but here for
it would.
Definitely would be.
And Derek, my brother, if it happens, we in there. I know it's gonna be a ticket. It's gonna be a pretty ticket. But if they can get a NFL game here in front of 110,000, I plan to hopefully be one of those 110,000 in attendance. So we'll see if it happens. Who knows? I'm willing to go. But yeah, like I was saying, Christmas in July, Jordan.
Oh yeah, for sure. We are definitely
July 10th.
Man,
well, 7th actually. 7th.
10 for those that did not pre-order that are going to drag their feet this week, but for those of us crackheads that are
hey, I ain't a crackhead. Hey, I ain't a crackhead.
Hey,
don't put that label on me. Don't put that label on me.
Come to that game.
Don't put that label on me in any way, shape, or form, brother. Do I enjoy?
You smoke crack, don't you?
Do I?
Nah. It keeps brain cells, huh? It keeps brain cells.
Exactly, and none of these brain cells is killed. So therefore, that's how I'm able to scheme shit.
Oh, here you go.
So, like I said,
I swear some of our first limelight Chris Logic merchandise is going to have the logo on the front. I scheme shit.
Not exploit shit. So that's the difference between me and a lot of them people. I scheme shit, they exploit shit.
That's good.
And for the record, that goes to my 90% win percentage across our dynasties, and my 85% win percentage in Road to the CFP versus the general public. I'm not the best. I'm not the best.
Yeah.
I am very beatable. But I am better than your average with the sticks. So we are here.
We are here, man.
We are here.
Yes, we are.
If you haven't caught on, college football 26, EA Sports. It is back for another installment, and we are here. And like my boy Marcus Ruley King Ruliford has stated, he's ready for 26. He is ready. He is ready to continue the bashings. He's ready. He's ready. But, Ruley, my God, I applaud you in your efforts and your growth over this past year.
Give that man his flowers, bro.
This is not a shit on Ruley conversation. The fact that you have withstood some of those beatings and actually learned the game, I applaud you, And hope you get your Georgia team. We'll see when the draft unfolds.
Georgia.
We hope that you get them. And I hope that what you've been saying comes to fruition. That once you get the Georgia team and you get a team that's on the same level as us, that shit's gonna be different. I'm praying for it. But yeah, because if I get Michigan and I can unleash Underwood, it's gonna be curtains for a lot of motherfuckers in this league. So curtains, and I ain't even talking about the rest of it. I ain't even talking about the defense, and that's where I thrive at right now. So we are here.
We're
here. They seem to have been making great improvements from the 25 installment down to 26. Leading into the biggest improvements to me is dynasty mode, changing the coaches cap thresholds from 50 to 100. Changing how we are recruiting with the dynamic deal breakers, things like that. The presentation overall is chef kiss. It's bringing a real true to life type of environment to the game. So I'm excited about it. I'll be streaming for sure Monday, 12 noon, Twitch at ZKP100. I will be there. And on TikTok, I'm probably gonna stream, multi-stream. And it'll probably be on YouTube. So check me out. So we'll be there. So I'm excited about it. What are you most excited about coming into the new installment?
My guilty pleasure, man. The one thing I've been doing, man, ever since it went live on PS1 back in the late 90s, college football 98 to be specific, that beautiful addictive RPG mode when it comes to football known as the Dynasty mode, man. We got a hell of a lot of upgrades. I'll continue to do my thing, bro. I mean, on day one, Ty noon, I'm launching my offline Dynasty, to get ready to, figure out the game, get a feel for it, man. Still going to decide whether my first team I'm going to use is going to be quietly my second favorite team in college football. I mean, everybody know me. I'm Old State through and through. Go Buckeyes. But I like to build programs in there, man. And I'm for us being some Columbus natives, I'm gonna take a little trip down Route 33, man, down there to good old Athens, Ohio. Shout out to the Ohio Bobcats, man. I'm gonna see what I can do as far as building the program up in my offline dynasty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to doing that and starting that journey, man. Might even turn into a series and see what happens with that. But the biggest thing. And we've had some people in our Discord chat that's been talking a lot of smack about what they gonna do to some folks. Now that crossplay is now available for Dynasty mode. No more this holler at me online and play now. Now you got to step into the ring. You got to step into the ring in Dynasty mode. No more PS5 versus Xbox. It's crossplay now, man. So we about to get it on. No more excuses for some people out there. You know who I'm talking about, sir. Yeah, he already know who he is, man. He claims that he is Gotham's reckoning. So we gonna see if he gonna be able to back up all that talk, because he can huff and puff. She ain't blowing nothing down over here. Pause. So it's gonna be on. Should be on like Donkey Kong, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait, bro.
So I know they've been talking in there. I ain't been paying too much attention to it myself personally. I'm MJ six times. I'm MJ 6 times. So I'll pop my shit when I can. So I'm MJ 6 times in the leagues. So I'm excited about it. Moment we fire it up. As excited as I am for Dynasty mode and to get into the competition of it all. I'm most excited about the Road to the Glory and the Road to the Glory enhancements and improvements that they made.
Yes, sir.
Last year was a very bare bones type of a game mode and left lackluster compared to what it was in
14
NCAA
before,
14. Yeah. They removed the high school element out of it. It's just little nuances. So they brought that back this year. It's not full gameplay. It's not full high school schedule like it was before. It's where you play a full 8 to 10 game schedule and then go through the playoffs. Now you just pick 4 key moments in 4 games and we go from there. So I'm excited about it. I'll be starting off You know me, I like to grind it out. I'll be starting off as a 2-star QB, trying to fight my way to become a 5-star before that season's in, and get my scholarships to wherever. I probably won't be going to Michigan in my road to glory. So we'll see. I may look at I always been talking about Georgia Tech. I may look at a Georgia Tech or something. So who knows? We'll see. I'm not gonna disrupt my boy Bryce in my first road to glory. So I hope to compete with him in the natty on there. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna be locked in come Monday. So
no doubt, man.
And then beyond that, it's getting down to the road to glory. So with the changes that you've heard, where do you think you're going to go with trying to create your coach this year? What path?
I think it still starts with the number one thing that we do the dynasty mode for, man. It's about mastering the art of recruiting, man. Because you can. I know your thing is scheme, don't exploit. Being that evil genius that I've crowned you or dubbed you to be. Mug like the damn nuclear physics scientist when it comes to this shit, man. But nonetheless, I just gotta keep you humble, man. I just gotta be that guy that comes in periodically and uncomplicates the equations.
I'm humble in the jungle. You ain't gotta worry about that. but every once in a while, I will pop it because it's earned. It's earned.
No doubt.
Not exploited and not just self-proclaimed. So.
Oh, not on jet sweeps, mid blitzes and bombs, huh?
So I do blitz. I don't blitz every play like some people in the league. I play zone. I mix blitzes. It's definitely not the same blitz play every time. I use different formations. Yeah, I mix it up. But I am traditionally I like to play a more bear style defense. I don't like to do a lot of the disguise, and I don't want to do. Oh, I'm coming out in a cover 2, but I'm gonna show you a cover 3 shell. Nah, line it up. I'm gonna show you what it's gonna be. And if you see a man threatening to come, pause. That was crazy. He probably is blitzing. He's probably blitzing. So that's the way I like to do it, and then eventually get to the point where a couple seasons in, I can build up my D line. I can only got to send my 4, and I'm not sending anybody else. That's the way I like the scheme. That's the way I like to personally play. And I am a big man person. And with the changes that they said they have made to man, I'm excited about it. I don't know how I feel about the picks yet.
Yeah,
I like it.
We gotta see it. We gotta see it. Though.
I like it. I like it because I'm like it because it's realistic. I don't like it because those picks that I get is user. So it's not like I'm blind on the computer. It's me controlling the guy making the play.
Yeah.
So I'll say close to 90% of my picks are all user. And you've seen it on streams that I'll user a person that typically no one else would user. And somehow I'll know the play that's about to come. And I just jump all over it, pause the one before that. And then
bro,
it's an interception. So, like I said, I scheme, they exploit. Those exploiters know who they are.
Oh man!
But I scheme. I don't got to say the names. And it's not a disrespect thing. I just know there's a difference. I need to get it on the shirt.
So disrespectful.
I need to get it on the shirt. It's not disrespectful because I said to his face. That's why it's not disrespectful. I said to his face. Well, not to his face. He was in the Xbox chat, but I said it to him directly.
Says him
directly.
So he cost us a user with them shenanigans, but that's another story.
No, he cost himself a user because no one was even talking to him in the first place.
Oh God!
So if he's back in the league, if I'm about to say if he is, and if it's customizable schedule year 1, he's on my list. He's on my list because he quit the week before I was supposed to play him.
Oh God! Tell me how you really feel.
Hey man, I'm just saying if you go talk it, back it up. That's it. That's it.
Nah, there's a lot of unfinished business, man. So I'm super excited for us to get our 2 dynasties going, man. We're gonna have the OG. You know, I anticipate you picking Michigan, and I'm gonna be right there with the Buckeyes, man. I'm looking forward to the rivalry. You know, and you get a chance, you know what I'm saying, to get that going every year. But you already know what I'm excited for with all this dynasty talk. Really, man, is us. You know, our the true League of Shadows, the true test of ability and mastery of the game is our impending Gulag dynasty that is coming back, making its return. Man, we talking nonstop action, 24-hour advances, bro. And we getting it out the mud, man. And I don't know. Some folks in our chats are a little nervous with my challenge of us taking 1-star teams and under.
I'm not nervous about it. Like I'm with that. And my only concern is how many people is gonna be in the league, and then how many true 1-stars. Like if we could go 1-star, I want all to go 1-star, not 1.5.
Oh yeah, like so you remember what I said? It's 1-star. It's 1-star, bro. I ain't want to give the half.
So it's either 1-star, or if someone wants to be that brave and go to Kent State
or Akron
and do it.
They got them down to half a star, bro. That shit.
Yeah, Kent State's a half a star.
Bro. That's so disrespectful, bro.
Well, when you win one game in 2 years and you lose by an average of 30 damn points a night, like it's warranted. It was earned. It was earned. That half star was earned. Earned. So that's where I'm at. That was earned. It wasn't given. It was earned. They earned that. Like for you to be that bad, that's earned.
Yeah.
Earned. But I'm excited about it. Like I low key want to go. I would like to go North Texas, but I got a feeling they're gonna be 1.5 stars.
I'd love to go UTSA again, but you know they probably gonna be like 1.5 or 2.
I personally think I'm gonna do the challenge of all challenges and go ahead and go with the newly FBS Delaware Blue Hens. So I know you.
It's actually several people that we're talking about.
Yeah, several people. So it ain't just you. It's far from just you. It's far from just you. I can't remember the dude's name now. I'm really talking about.
But I do, but I'm not gonna remind you.
Yeah, you know who he is, really. But yeah, it is what it is. So I actually ain't talking about you, but in that heart of heart. So I'm excited about it. Delaware Blue Hens is
don't do that to yourself, bro.
What do you say?
He said I might be bold to do a half star. I'm like, don't do that to yourself, bro.
Really, you're banned from Kent State.
Yeah, flat out.
You're banned from Kent State. All right, you are banned from Kent State, sir. That's not an option. Don't even look there. Don't even look there. That's not an option for you.
Come on, bro. He could be the hero that Gotham needs.
Hey, he's the villain that Gotham don't need, don't deserve. They're gonna be a no-star school.
Oh, are you saying he gonna continue his trend to get? No, let me not say that.
No. Actually, no. What it is he's shown improvement.
Yep,
great improvement. But I think that Kent State job is gonna be. It's gonna be hell, bro. It's gonna be hell. I'm low key imagining that they don't have one player above 85 overall.
They probably don't, bro.
Like
they might not play above 80.
And if it is, it might be the punter. Like it's gonna be like that. Like Kent State is gonna be a hard match.
Apologies for any Kent State alums that might be viewing this at the moment, but
I ain't talking about anything about their academic paralysis. No, man, I'm talking strictly football. Strictly football.
Even still, that's gotta hurt.
Hey,
but the truth hurts.
One win in 2 years.
That's bad.
And before that, their head coach left to be the Colorado's OC. He left a head coach's job. Was like, hey, you know what? Shit over with. Shit over with. I'm done. I'm done. I'll go be an OC. I'm done. Not at Kent State. So
this guy, man.
I'm done.
He's on the roll.
So bro, never mind. I'm gonna shut up because if I wanted to say I wanted to be Bane, that's fine. You being Bane,
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it, Georgia, bro. It
I
ain't
like the
happening in
confidence, though,
Gulag,
Rudy.
though.
I like the confidence, though, Rudy. I applaud you on that. I applaud you on that. So,
Another question here. What do you think about the Hall of Fame committee deciding to limit the class of inductees to not more than 3 people? Didn't you know that?
it is. Yeah, it's only 3. It's only like it is what it is. It's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Good, and it should have been limited. And there's a lot of players in there that shouldn't be in there.
That I don't disagree with. Yeah.
I'm 100% with Dion. It is the Hall of Fame. It is not the Hall of Good. And they let a lot of players in eventually down the line that are not Hall of Famers, and they do it off of sympathy pools, and they'll do it when some people are on their like deathbeds, as we've seen in the last couple of years. So I'm with it. Because it is a Hall of Fame. Like, everybody is not a Hall of Famer. There are a lot of good players that come out of the NFL and have great NFL careers, but everybody is not an NFL Hall of Famer. Like, I like Patrick Willis, but should he have been a first ballot? I don't know. Like, he had a great career, but I would say second. But the reason you open that up is because
his career was short.
Wasn't a damn first ballot Hall of Famer.
But you know what that was about.
Or second.
But you know what that was about.
But see, that's also the issue. Is because off the field issues
should not,
are not supposed to be. It's not, but at the same time, he's never had an off the field issue.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. You know what it's about, bro.
That's what it doesn't. That's why it doesn't matter. Yeah. Like it's a falsehood, and they'll say whatever they want
for sure
when they
want. It's a trash narrative
just to fit their narrative. But that's it's things like that. It's like. Is Patrick? Do I think Patrick is a Hall of Famer? Yeah. I think he was a first ballot. It shocked me that he got in the first ballot because I've seen people that weren't. Like, London Fletcher wasn't the first ballot. I don't even know if he's in. Like,
I don't think that he's in. I think I read something recently or saw a video where it says that he's not in. I don't believe.
Yeah, like,
which is crazy that he's not in.
Yeah. So he's right there with them. So it's insane. I don't get it. Like, so I'm cool with the limiting. And if you don't get in, you don't get in. Like,
yep, he's on the Hall of Fame now. It's crazy.
So, like, London's not in, and I'm not saying that London should have been the first ballot Hall of Famer, but London should be a Hall of Famer. And he's also the guy that made the tackle on Kevin Dyson to save the Super Bowl. So he not only has the numbers, he was right there neck and neck with Brian Urlacher and Ray Lewis in that era, and Zach Thomas of being the leading tackle getter in the NFL. Yep. He also had key defining moments in big games that should propel you to being that guy. But he wasn't a household name, but he has the numbers to back it up.
Definitely does.
And the reason he should be in is because Zach Thomas is in. And Zach Thomas deserves to be in. That's not a shot at Zach Thomas. But if he's in, London should be in. So
big facts.
I'm 100% fine with it going down to 3 to 4. But the issue is going to also be because they like to, unless they're talking about like the new class, 3 to 4 new class, and then still open it up to, I forget what they call it, but like after a certain amount of years, you're taking off the ballot and then you put back on the back
like
end.
Alum this year.
Yeah, like
or emeritus year.
So, because I'm also a firm believer that if we weren't allowed to play, you shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. That's my opinion. You can crucify me if you want.
Another comment. Yeah, I'm with you.
But I don't care.
I'm with you.
If we weren't allowed in, you're not allowed in the Hall of Fame. But so those historical re-entries, I'm not with. If you couldn't make it, if you retired in 80 or 70, and you couldn't make it in between 75 and 85, why are we putting you in 2020?
Good question.
Why are we putting you in 2024?
Yeah.
Many more ball players have come after you that probably were better than you, and they're in the Hall of Fame. And they're in the Hall of Fame for a reason, because it's the Hall of Fame and not the Hall of Good. So that's my answer.
I got not much to add to that subject. I'm definitely in agreement that it should be based off of like true Hall of Fame caliber numbers and not a charity club. You know what I mean? Like because it's kind of the same thing happens in the NBA too. When you think about it, it's just a lot of people that get in just based off of.
Also remember, it's not the NBA Hall of Fame; it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So there's players in their class that are from overseas that are women as well. They're in the same Hall of Fame as the men. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame. Like it is, like even NFL. It's called the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame. We're just the only pro league,
right?
The NBA allows everybody. Like
Mm-hmm.
Ilgauskas, his NBA career, was it really a Hall of Fame NBA career?
No.
No. But if you taking his Euro League and
Mm-hmm.
his national team play,
Yeah.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
impactful. Absolutely.
Yep. So
Same with a guy
it's
like
a little
Tony
bit different of a
Kukoc. Yeah.
criteria.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit different of a criteria when it comes to the NBA and also MLB, because I was going to use Ichiro, but Ichiro had a damn Hall of Fame MLB career as long as over there in Japan. So he did it both ways. Even football, you can say the same thing about Warren Moon. Warren Moon wasn't the first ballot, and Warren Moon had a Canadian career that was crazy. I think he threw for close to 40,000 yards in the Canadian League, and then threw for almost 60,000 yards in the NFL.
Insane, bro.
So,
it's insane.
So yeah, Warren Moon was one of them ones, and he deserved to be in.
Yeah.
Everybody don't deserve to be in.
Well,
like, I would love to be in the Hall of Fame. Guess what? I ain't gonna never be there.
Nope. And that's fair.
I've gone there. I've taken pictures. I've not hosted. I've volunteered at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I've had my picture taken next to Michael Jordan. I've met J.J. Watt. I've met Peyton Manning, Brandon Stokely. Seen it. Been there in the flesh. But guess what? That's the closest I'll ever get to those hollow halls. And it just is what it is.
It
is what it
is.
is.
Wrong with that.
So
nothing wrong with that at all, man. And with us talking about the Hall of Fame, man, the Hall of Fame game, it's gonna be here before we know it, man. And you know what that also means? It means 31st, man. And that also means fantasy football coming soon.
Football's here.
But we gonna start on July 7th with our beloved college football. Just so we make sure that shit's clear. Like,
oh yeah, football season.
It's here, bro. It's
full effect.
As far as I'm concerned, that shit officially starts up on Monday, brother. Because
Monday, 12 noon.
12 noon, man. Be there. On the lookout, man. We're gonna have streams
on the Purple app. Yep. On the Purple app, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. I'll be multi-streaming. We will be there live in full effect.
Yes.
Stream will probably start around 11:50 a.m. So tune in. We will be there. I fully expect to be a multi-stream with multiple different people on the stream. Probably going to collab with my fellow mate here, Mr. Frost, and I'd imagine our other one, Nick with the Blick. It's going to be at least us three. If he's going to be there at 12 noon. Anybody else that's down, let's lock in and let's run up the stream numbers together.
Yes, sir.
And continue to grow.
Yes, sir. It's going to be lit, man. So, but this will officially signal this special edition of the Crisp Logic podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with us here on the holiday, man, as we putting in overtime on the holiday and stuff. But like the man said, we are going to see y'all next week. But for those gamers out there, we're going to see y'all sooner than we're going to see the podcast team again. So it's on, bro. Like I said, we in the expected episode next week, we're gonna be talking about our first week out in college football 26 as well. So just know there ain't gonna be no
amongst other things.
Amongst some other things. Yeah, we got a few
because
more.
we got a lot to talk about today. We got some stuff missed.
Yeah.
But we go circle back on it and to give it a more wider spectrum. On those topics. We talked about it briefly before. It may need its own bigger segment, and I think I'm in agreement with that. The more and more I thought about it, going through it, and that's kind of why I kind of just jumped over it with the segue. So it deserves it. Like the more and more I thought about it, it deserves it because it's a good conversation to have when it comes to
growing problem and a good conversation.
The landscape of what place we are in with sports in the monetization and gambling space when it comes to sports. So
absolutely,
we're excited to bring that to you next episode 18.
Absolutely. So be ready to talk about gaming, and not just virtually, but also with gaming and monetization and sports betting.
Yes, sir.
So nonetheless, man, we are going to holler at y'all in the next episode. Again, appreciate y'all tapping in. Be sure to continue to follow us and support on all platforms as well. And as they usually would say, we are looking for co-collaborators. So, if you are trying to get out here and step into the ring with the crew, man, but the invitation is there. Definitely looking for more opportunities.
Yeah, we are looking forward, and just to get ahead of it, because we know it's going to happen for us. Money, we are going to get you on the episode talking about college football. It is coming. It is coming. We did not forget about
We
you.
did not.
That is definitely going to come. We, like I said, we plan to get collaboration from a couple of people on the show strictly about it. I got somebody I want to bring in. As much as I think how good I am, I know that he's heart to heart, he's better than me. I have beat him. He's beat me.
Man's must be a sweat.
He's not even sweat, man. Like he play in his leisure. That's the part that pisses me off. But like
one of those.
Because I don't even call myself sweat, but his win percentage is like close. I sent you this profile. It's like 90%.
I saw another one. Gotham's Reckoning, from what I hear.
So yeah, like he one of them. And I thought I was doing my thing with 6 rings. I was like, hey man, how many rings you got in your dynasties? I was joking like, hey, you probably on your Bill Russell. 17, bro.
Get Bill Russell. He's on his Boston period, bro.
like crazy. He's 17 chips in across his online dynasties in 25. Right. So yeah, he's gonna be a great resource that we got to bring him for an episode. So I look forward to that.
No doubt.
All right, but yeah, it's been real, guys. Continue to pour in us, as I always say, as we continue to pour into you guys. We hope that you guys enjoyed this installment of the 17th episode of the Chris Logic podcast. This is your boy Zay, and we are signing out. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody. We are out.
Peace. Holla.